Welcome back to Reality Realness Meets Entertainment in Color. I'm your host, Chantel Francis, my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis, here to talk about Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 3. How are you, Tamika?
I am good. So glad we're getting to talk about this early. Um, I'm this season. This season, not too bad so far. So
I'm into it.
yeah,
I'm into it.
yeah.
And I think I'm not even gonna beat around the bush here and start going through the episode. I kind of just want to talk about one thing right away because I'm I'm moved by it. I'm compelled by it. I am so into Timmy and Zeta that I'm like, oh, I want to have a relationship like they have so far. I love their banter. I love the chemistry that they have. Like I'm really, really into it right now. And I obviously don't want to put any bad juju in the air, but like at this point, if he fucks this up for me, like I'll
Or
be
she,
pissed.
or she, or she.
Or she, but I'm always worried about the he, usually. But
We're gonna give equal opportunity fuckboyisms to both sides this time around.
he looks a little more fuckboy than she would be, it
Yeah,
seems. But
true.
but okay, agreed. If they fuck this up, I'll be so
Exactly.
pissed off because I really think they're vibing. I mean, it could be that I like the banter of a Gemini, right? I love these air signs. They just say the right thing. They make cute jokes. Like I find them funny and entertaining. But like what I really like is how she reacts to him. He really likes. He's really receptive. So she says something like, "Who had made you in the factory?" or something like that, and he like laughs at her little thing. You know what I mean? Like this is the vibe and the energy that I would like to see with Danica when she's interacting with men. You know what I mean? Like there's just something softness that she has. She's playful. She looks at him like she really likes him, and like it just works so well for me. I am really enjoying this couple, and I literally am like, I want a Timmy too.
I literally said, "Oh, I love them." Damn. And
You're already caught. You're already in.
Um, and then I was like, yo, they really understand each other. Like, I think that's the problem. It's a problem because I'm not shipping any couple right now. It's too early. Um,
You are shipping them. I know you are.
but they
I know
like
you
you
are.
can tell they really understand. He loves her long legs. Did you see him like rubbing her like
Yes.
and
Like her
then
skin looks like it's super smooth. And like that's one thing that I remember guys are always just like, oh, your skin is so soft. And her skin looks like it would be so soft.
and then she understands his corny ass dad jokes.
When we get to that part, I got some more for you.
and, and their chemistry, man. It's like what some other couples are saying. Oh, we really vibe well, and we have such strong. The only couple I see it with genuinely is these two, and not because they're all over each other. Because they didn't even
But it's
cuddle
in
and
like a
kiss
way
in
that's
bed.
not gross.
Yeah,
Like I'm just like, oh, okay, like yeah, like they draw me in with their connection. And if I'm comparing it, because obviously we're watching right now Love Island UK, when I compare it to like the strongest couple being like Tasha and Andrew or something,
yeah,
like there's none of this like drawing me into their relationship. Like I
nothing.
feel pulled in, even though they act like there's nobody else in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like there's no awareness of cameras. From what I'm feeling, like they seem to be so comfortable with each other. And even when, like, we'll probably talk about it again, but when it was the nighttime and she gets into the cover, she's like, "Oh, I can't wait to get in here," and like he just is like, "Yes, come in." Like it just works. They're
it
just
works.
compatible, and it's very enjoyable to watch people very compatible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of people were giving him shit because he entertained Valerie, Maddie, whoever he was entertaining.
Maddie.
Um, he absolutely should have entertained her though, because that's how you know if it's actually real
Hmm.
chemistry, or if it's bullshit.
I mean, I agree. It was day one. Like he's meeting another Gemini, and like they probably do have a bit of a vibe, and maybe they would be able to have something that's decent. But like, I think if I were him, like, or either of them, what is I can see going on between them, I wouldn't want to maybe give that up for trying something new. You know what I mean? It seems like they're enjoying whatever they have going on, that I just don't see, at least at this point,
No.
either of them wanting to jeopardize this with exploration of somebody else right now, because I think they're enjoying exploring each other.
I think they would be pissed if somebody interrupted them at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it would work very well.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. I was worried that Maddie was going to break them up.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was like, oh, of course, like the blonde girl goes in and steals like the black girl's man. But
Right.
I'm glad that she didn't do that. And that they get to explore this, because like you said, nobody else in the villa right now have that same chemistry that these two have, in my opinion. Nobody.
Absolutely.
And they're probably the best chemistry couple that I've seen on day 3, episode 3 ever.
Yes, because even Cinco and Cash, I will say, day 3 it was still tentative.
They weren't locked in yet.
No, I didn't see it for a couple more days, and that was because she was holding back.
True, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes.
they're not holding back. He looks like
Yes.
he said that he's like, I'm not used to this. Like, I want to not hold back for you. And so
Yes.
he's saying all the things that Jax says, but I believe him.
Absolutely believe him.
I love it. Hi, Tasha. Thank you for being here. Tasha's on Zeta. What was her new name? Tamita train? Tamita. I love that. Yes, Chantal, Zeta, and Timmy are cute. They are still my favorite. No pressure yet. No pressure, but they are. I can't imagine them not being everybody's favorite at this point. They're so cute.
I think somebody just said that they're number 1 on the app today, which, remember, they were like dead last at the beginning of the week. And, Deb and Jess were number 1. So please, guys, if you like Tamita, or even Timmy and Zeta, just as individuals, please download the Love Island app and get some accurate votes in here. Absolutely. If you had it on from last season, update it, because it should say Peacock now. I think I didn't update it and it was still saying CBS. Please update your apps. Please vote, because these people are ridiculous over there.
Prash, yes, you love them. Love him too. He's such a cutie. Tasha's trying not to like too much. I mean, this is what we're going on, this roller coaster, right? This is Love Island USA season 4 roller coaster, and at this point, it is the love story of Timmy and Zeta. That's what it seems like.
Yes,
that's
season
what the season
3
is so far.
Over, guys. Season 2 is over. The love stories that were on there, we're leaving them behind.
And they're all dead anyways. So.
They're all dead anyway. we're concentrating on the current potential love stories, and our hearts may be broken with theirs.
But we're going on this ride.
We are living in the moment, the summer of love. Hello.
Yes. And okay. Naomi loves them too. I love that. Hi, Tanita. So I already told Tamika I'm not shipping them yet, but they're so cute. I get it, guys. We've been bruised and hurt before. We're battered. Listen. But I think I want to give them my full ship right now.
Yeah.
Because I want to give them that support.
Guys. Chantel shipping.
I'm obsessed with them.
I think it's because they're Geminis. That's why.
It might be because I vibe with their vibe. Like that's the kind of vibe that I like having in a couple. So
usually it's me, but again.
But I also I liked Selly and Johnny, who was also a Gemini vibe, right?
Gemini
so
squared.
I think I like that playful banter, but chemistry vibe. I recognize it. I enjoy it. So
and I was definitely a Justine Caleb girl, and then a Cinco Cash girl.
Sorry, Miss St. Pete.
$5 forever, but they're dead and burned.
Cinco is, or was it Cinco? Yeah, it's done. Naomi ships them, although it's still early days. Let's just ship them. Who cares?
Guys, Chantel's trying to bring me to the dark side. Whoa, stop it.
Come on, let's do it. Update. Okay, yes. So Jessica is saying here that Zeta and Timmy are ranked number 1 on the poll today for the couple you're feeling the most. So that's good news. I agree. Their connection is pretty effortless. Yes. Yes, they like each other, like hanging out. I like that. You'd have to be crazy to pass on Zeta. She's great all around. Absolutely tall, skinny,
favorite girl so
like
far.
hot, like sexy
favorite
body,
girl
like
so far. By far, like far and away, running away with the competition, in my opinion.
And she has an accent, and that's also very, very attractive. Like she's the full package, 100%, 100%. And her Instagram is pretty fire too.
Yeah. Oh, I got to go follow all of them. I forgot.
Wait, what? Who gets dumped? So kind of. What do you mean? Who gets dumped? You have to be crazy to pass on Zeta. She's great all around. They get dumped, so kinda. Oh, sorry, it's answering to this. So do people get eliminated on this reality show like most reality shows? Yes, Sophie. So basically, usually at the end of each week, if you're not in a couple, then you will be risk of being dumped from the island. So there's different rules each week. It could be lowest vote getters. It could be the islanders choose who they're going to be voting off or dumping. But yes, people get dumped every week. People crack me up saying it's a boring season. There's been like 3 episodes.
I was just saying, did I just say that before we started? I said, I don't know what people's talking about. We're on episode 3 and I'm good.
I'm in. Like, what about season 7 of UK was so boring for like 2 weeks?
For like 2 to 3 weeks where I was sitting there like, first of all, I couldn't tell people between each other. Second of all, I'm like, this is so boring. Thank God we weren't, well, you were recapping it. Thank God I wasn't recapping it. I would have been like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was boring. I do, Sophie, think we will get a Love Island season 5. I think it's already been greenlit.
I believe that when they took it from CBS, they renewed it for 2 seasons. Yeah. So it is a 2-season order. We will get season 5 regardless.
Yeah. I hope this season has enough drama, beef, etc. I mean, it will.
It's not Love Island.
It will. There's no way that it won't.
Would it ever be Love Island if it didn't? No.
Wait, what's Zeta at? Oh, are we talking about Instagram? Yeah, no, I think that they're 100% going to be drama. We'll get into what happened this episode, but the fact that Jesse is kind of not all in on Valerie, but Valerie is all in on Jesse. I think that him being waffling a little bit, that's going to cause some drama for sure.
I don't understand why he's waffling, but go ahead. I see no connection.
Storyline.
It has to be, because every time he says, me and Deb have such a strong, but it can't be denied that me and Deb, I'm like,
you're like, how?
I'm denying it. I'm going to deny it. I'm like, every time you say it, I'm going to deny it, Jesse. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I do see it with him and Valerie, to be honest.
I see it with him and Valerie. That's why I'm like, is it just that you really like blondes and Deb is a blonde, or that you think she's going to be like America's favorite, because she's not? She's not.
No, I think it's the fact that she's blonde and he's used to being with blondes, and that's what he gets excited for. Right. And so she's blonde, so she's hot. Like there's no that's a qualifier for attractiveness and being his type.
Because literally, Valerie and him vibe so much more easier, in my opinion. I feel him and Deb are so forced.
She's so, I think that Valerie is really great at talking. Yeah. I feel like how she communicates could be, I mean, I wouldn't be choosing Jesse, honestly. I think that he doesn't come across very smart to me. Sorry. And I wouldn't, like, I feel like she could be having a better conversation with somebody else, because he just kind of like, yeah, oh yeah, I agree, yeah, oh, yeah. Like, he doesn't, to me, really add so far to these conversations. But I think Valerie is a very good communicator, and I do think that I think she can kind of do better than Jesse, to be honest.
Somebody else said that. Who was it?
Someone just said this about Zeta.
Brandy, who, I don't know if she's in here. Brandy said that.
Oh, really?
Offline, yeah.
So for Jessica, Jesse is confusing her. Doesn't get it. Yeah, I'm not sure I get it either. So CJ, am I the only one that Zeta's way above Timmy's league? He seems nervous around her. Um, she likes him. I like him. You know what I mean? Like I like them
I
together. I don't necessarily see that.
I don't see that. I actually think they're pretty even. I what I said before, I don't know if you were here when I said it, CJ. They really complement each other because they so understand. Like I would say that if she was just like he tells the stupidest jokes, they annoy me. But she
No,
genuinely like was laughing. I would not laugh at those jokes. They
if
were
he told
dumb.
them to me though, I would have laughed.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. She understands his humor. Like to me, like that means that she's not out of his league because to me as a mature person, I would be like, no, don't do those. Don't stop. Like he's across the villa and no, don't tell any more jokes. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But because she likes that about him, I think they're good. I
Yeah,
think
I
they're
think they're
good.
good. I do at this point. Like, I think that they're equally matched
Yeah.
because they like each other
Yeah, and
equally.
I
It
think
seems.
he's nervous around her because he said it. He's like, like my, wall is like taking a 30-minute lunch break,
Yeah,
and
cutie.
and I'm letting it down so that she can like see me. I think that's what it is for him is that he's willing to be very vulnerable. And this is day 3. Like anybody would be nervous around somebody being really vulnerable, but I
Especially
also
as an air sign.
yeah,
Geminis are not really that vulnerable. They usually like
exactly.
being
Yeah.
flirty,
I
talking to
al-
lots of
I
people.
always have that issue with Geminis, especially Gemini men, that I can be very attracted to them, but they also make me very freaking nervous.
Right.
And I just am never in on equal footing with a Gemini man, which is why I would never like seriously date them because I never feel like equal to them.
Mm-hmm.
And not because I'm an easily intimidated person, but that's just how they are. They don't like always let down their wall, and that makes me closed off. Like I can't do
And
that.
I'm like, I don't need like you're good. Like so it's a great thing because you want somebody a little bit more emotional. Just being a
Yes,
Taurus, you're going to be appreciative of
yes,
somebody that opens up to you in that
yes,
way,
yes,
and it's not very natural for
yes.
most air
And
signs
it
to
can't and
be
it can't
open like
and it
that.
can't be overboard. Like there has to be just right of like Libra men.
I love a Libra man.
I know you do. And then they're too emotional. So I need that happy. I think that's why I'm always like very like into Scorpios because they sometimes they're right. I know sometimes they're just like so emotional, and then sometimes they're just like you can't get shit out of them.
They're a volt. They are kind of a volt.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, oh man.
yeah.
Sasha, I agree with you here. I don't see Jesse and Deb either. Like
I get it. I get it. I need somebody to explain. If somebody in here sees it, please explain it because I ain't seen it.
so Reddit's Not a Flavor says, I thought that they were going to re-air the show on USA and Bravo. I think that's going to be only streaming that this being only on streaming will hurt the show a lot. I I watched it on Peacock today, but I know that it will be on like a Canadian streaming site,
Yeah. Crave,
like
right?
as Crave, correct?
Yeah.
Right as soon as like as it ended. So I
That
didn't look at
they
Bravo or USA.
yeah, they did say that it was only going to be for the premiere.
Oh, okay.
Love is Blind literally just streams on Netflix and didn't even do that, and it's done very well in the ratings. It is a flagship show, meaning there are other versions of the show that is heavily watched. We'll see what happens. I don't necessarily think that it's going to hurt the show a lot, but there are a lot of people streaming it on other platforms, but they do the same thing in the UK for people like us to watch it. So they're doing fine.
And also, like Tamika is sneaky, maybe doing a little stream party, a little watch party
Hmm.
when the episode airs. So if you follow her on social media, you'll be able to know if she's going to be live, and you could watch it with her
Yeah,
live. So
yeah.
that's another option as well. But Jesse said to Val that there wasn't any more. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. I wrote that down. We'll probably
Yeah,
talk
he
about
was
it again.
straddling the freaking fence and he was pissing me off because I think he was down. I think, and I in no way am attributing him to Cinco, but I think his connection, his quick connection with Val, actually scares the shit out of him.
Hmm.
I think it actually like could legitimately be scaring him because I see the connection that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see the connection that him and Deb have.
Not at all.
And when somebody goes after something that in my head is not long lasting or tangible just because of the like looks or whatever, that says to me that the other connection scares them for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if like astrologically they should work when they're talking about things that they like, it makes sense or complements. So
Um, I totally, yeah. I think that I don't think that he likes Deb. I think he's comfortable with someone like Deb because he feels in control and he's used to that dynamic. And I agree with you that with Valerie, like there was a spark, there was something a little bit significant there that he's probably not used to, and maybe he's feeling a little bit out of control, and so he wants to kind of go back with what he's used to, where he feels more in control, and so I don't know if he's mature enough to be able to handle a relationship with Valerie, because if this is scaring him, then I could very easily see him going back to his old patterns.
and you would think 27-year-old man, why
I
are
would
you
think.
not mature enough?
I
Why are you not?
don't know. So Zeta has 39.7 thousand followers. That's it so far. That better go up a lot, because
A
that's
lot.
not very many. Not very many. I agree. I we'll have to figure him out a little bit, but like I'm not into him personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jessica, he's saying conflicting things to multiple people. Yep, because he probably
Yeah.
doesn't know what he
Hi,
wants. Oh,
Brandy.
Brandy. Yes, Brandy is here. Okay, Val probably should have chosen the other tattoo guy. Isaiah, I don't think is a better idea.
No, she literally explained why that would have been her dumb idea. And she was right. Like, if you think Jesse is immature, look at Isaiah.
Nicole, why did you want Jesse to stop saying God bless America?
But they're on the US version. What did they was he supposed to say? God bless the UK?
No, maybe just saying that like at all makes her cringe.
Oh. I
Like
thought it was
after he
kind of
kisses,
cute.
everybody's like, just have to say God bless America. It's just kind of hokey.
I thought it was kind of cute.
Oh, you liked it? You like Taurus? Like you like that, but you don't like his
Yeah,
dad
no.
joke?
Eileen.
I remember I used to do all those jokes. It's a whole series of
Oh.
jokes. So it's like it kind of can get really absurd, but and kind of twisted. But it's like one of them is like, okay, so before you do Eileen, it's supposed to be like, what do you call a woman with one leg?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh yeah, what do you call a woman with one leg?
I don't know.
Peg. What do you call with woman one eye, one leg? Eileen. And then there's other like, what do you call like?
So they're supposed to be leading questions into it.
Yeah, there's honestly there's so many,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what do you call like? It's also goes into like no arm, no legs jokes, and it's not actually funny, but like it goes into like absurd humor. Um, it was a big thing actually back in the day. Do you remember? Did you ever hear? This is terrible to say. I don't believe in it, but it was when they were doing dead baby jokes. Like that was funny in like the 90s. Remember?
No, I
Oh,
might have
anyways.
blocked that out.
It was a thing. Like it was just a bad trend of like just bad jokes. I think they were around that same time, but I think it was in the 90s. All these jokes came out. Anyways, I'll let you know some of the other ones. I don't want to get canceled for saying them on here. Okay, so see, Jessica. Wait, Jessica, you're Gemini, right, Jessica? Right? Or no, the other Jessica's Taurus. No, I think Jessica's a Gemini. I think. I wish that people would have their signs inside their like little avatar on YouTube. That would be really great.
Oh, man.
CJ understands. Tamika, you're right. I just love Zeta, and I want her to go very far in the show. I think she's getting like at this point, she's at the end for me. Like,
Yeah, same.
I
I'm a
really
voter
feel
to
it's
the
their
end.
journey. But why go in for the second kiss? Oh, okay, we're gonna get there. Well, we're saying both of them don't disappoint. That's what I said as well.
Yeah.
But Tamika corrected me. It's like they
No.
both could have the opportunity to meet somebody else.
Yeah.
So we'll say stay together, you two, because we really like you.
Yeah, so they're both Gemini. There's both potential to be like shiny new objects. And so we're going to be no gender slaying here. So we're going to be equal opportunity and say, please, both of you don't fuck this up.
Brandy, I agree. Timmy keeping his eye on Zeta. I did like seeing him a little jealous. Like, there's a little bit of just a hint of jealousy is healthy, not a Luca level jealousy.
Yeah.
You know.
So he wouldn't admit it, but she admitted it. She's like, I need a little hint of jealousy here and there. But you could see it on his face. He was jealous.
I tried watching Love Island USA. I don't understand the big deal of it. For me, my journey was because I found it out of the blue 5 years ago or so, and like it was just very entertaining for me. I enjoyed the banter and the slang from the UK, and then about a year later, it got really popular in like other people found it, and so then they made a USA one like a year after. So I just have enjoyed the UK version. That I watch all versions. That's my journey. And that's similar to your journey too, right?
My journey. So I was literally watching CBS, and this beautiful black woman came on my screen. I was like, who the hell is she? And I was like, oh, there's the show. Oh, I heard about it, Love Island. Let me go check it out. And her name was Justine.
Oh.
And I actually started watching it on USA they were already like almost a week in. And so by the time like I caught up to all the days, that it was like the one where she was like standing there, and what's his name? Trey had to choose between her and like whatever her name is. The girl with like 1 million followers, Caitlyn. And I was like, yo, I just found the show. She better not go home.
Right?
And it was just so good, and I fell in love with her. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I still love her to this day. That's my girl. And so I watched it. I watched that entire season, and then I went back and watched season 1 of US. And then I, was talking about it on Twitter, and somebody recommended 5 and 6 of UK. And then I just been continuing to watch since then.
And the reason why we watch it is because we get couples like Timmy and Zeta.
Yeah.
And you're like,
anybody who knows me knows that my favorite season of the year is Christmas, and that's because of all the Hallmark Christmas movies that I can watch where they are being romantic and falling in love.
I don't love those.
What did I tell you? I wish that Love Island winter was set in some snow with some hot cocoa, where they're just like, wrapped up near the fire with the hot tubs, and I swear they're missing out on content here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree. Sophie, you know that you're an Aquarius because you always say that you're Aquarius like me. Mm-hmm. So me, Danita, and Sophie are all Aquarius. Whoop, 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 whoop. Best sign in the zodiac. No offense, sorry, Taurus. But that's what the big deal is. It's seeing these love stories. I really enjoy them when I feel that they're real. I like seeing the real love stories. Or if I really like somebody, seeing their journey. Usually there's at least one person where I'm following their journey. I agree with you, like Justine and Selly, their journey together as friends, mm-hmm. and then with their partnership. I thought that was obviously the driving storyline of the season. Mm-hmm. I love that they're still friends now.
And
I followed them after.
Story afterwards, and I am very happy for their friendship.
Me too. I mean, it's just super great.
Yeah.
So, no, Sophie, you can jump into this season. You don't have to have any prior knowledge. I would say, especially since it's a new host, so you won't even miss some of the people. Not at all. Okay, so let's talk about this episode. So, no surprise, she chose Jesse. I thought that she was going to choose Jesse from
Yeah.
yesterday. I didn't understand why they made a cliffhanger, especially since the crying part was her crying because she's so happy that she picked Jesse.
Yeah, it was. Listen, their cliffhanger pissed me off. Is like because I said the way they're making it seem like it's I said this yesterday that it was like some sort of shock. So it has to be Felipe or like Timmy or like
And I said
somebody.
maybe it's Courtney.
Yeah. You were like maybe it's Courtney. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that too. And then it was like, well, why is she crying? Even after maybe they reject her. No, it's that she chose Jesse, who we all thought she was going to choose all along before this, after their conversation, because it was such a good vibey chemistry conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's so happy that she chose him because she felt like she made a mature decision instead of going for the fuck boy that is Isaiah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know if I think Jesse is less of a fuckboy. I'm not sure yet, but I do feel like they have an older fuckboy, and they definitely had chemistry. So I would go with that myself if I were in her shoes. Miss St. Pete wants to know what we think about Johnny on All-Star Shore. I haven't actually watched any episodes yet. Is it worth it to watch, Miss St. Pete?
I absolutely will not be watching that show or supporting anybody who's on there.
Is it just because of her? You don't want to see Giannina and Blake?
No, I know that.
I want to see Miss Vanjie.
I don't.
You don't watch Drag Race?
I never watched Drag Race. I've never watched Jersey Shore like that. I know the characters, of course, but I never watched it, and I don't like her. I refuse to say her name. And he's okay, but he's also a fame whore. So yeah.
Blake, Johnny.
Oh, Blake too. Blake is absolutely one.
The St. Pete. I don't like Johnny though. Johnny is he just needs his neck to be a little bit longer. Now because I don't like him, all I notice is his neck.
He was walking on the street. Him, Rodney, and Nate earlier. They posted a story, and I was like, "Dang, I thought Rodney's neck was like." But Johnny takes the cake.
That's what I saw, and I was like, he ain't got no neck.
And I love Rodney, and Rodney.
I think Johnny's clout chasing though.
Huh?
I think Johnny's clout chasing because now.
Yeah.
I think that Nate and Rodney,
hot commodities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hot commodities, new and shiny and hot commodities. And I'm sorry, if you're in Miami, go find them and snap up Nate and Rodney. I love them both.
I mean, he's just so young, but if he was like 35, I might consider going to Miami and finding Nate.
I would say Justine needs to slide her way over to one of them.
Yeah, I mean, would she and Nate work? Maybe.
They're both tall. I think he's closer to her type. So
Cancer and Pisces will work better.
Yeah. What's Rodney?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. So Miss St. Pete says they give them really fair edit to each cast member. That's fun. That's fun that at least they're not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
So if they're a garbage human being, we'll see it. So that's interesting.
What I've heard the edit that the one is getting right now is very similar to the edit that she got in Love Island. So they're now tending to believe that that's her.
Sophie, aren't you only a couple years younger than me? Come on.
Oh Lord Jesus.
So at the end of the week, since Deb and Courtney are going to be single, there will be a recoupling, and they did say the Islanders that do not have a couple will be dumped from the island. So it seems as though it's just going to be one person, but it seems like there will be a dumping for sure.
Yeah. Not looking good for a
Serenity.
couple people, but mostly her.
Serenity.
Yeah.
So we see Jesse and Valerie chatting, and this is where she was crying. And when I wrote down, I'm like, she was crying for this. We had a cliffhanger for this. That was our cliffhanger tears. I was pissed. I was like, man, That's not
And then they
right.
replayed, and so like the first 5 minutes it was them replay like most of her speech, and I was just like, are we serious?
It didn't make sense. I mean, they're trying to build drama, but I was just like, it didn't land for me at
No,
all.
no.
Andy and Maddie chat. And he was super happy that she chose him, and he seemed happy. He also, like, he's a good looking guy, but he just doesn't seem like grounded and manly enough for me. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just he doesn't have enough bass in his voice for me. I don't know. I want more
I'm
bass.
just not seeing. I saw more chemistry before tonight, and then I'm not seeing as much chemistry, and I kind of feel like it might be him. So
But then
probably.
he goes in for that kiss, and she was like, oh, like
Yeah,
she was.
it was there was just like no chemistry, and then he's like also not reading the room, which was weird. I don't know what's on with that coupling.
Neither. I mean, well, maybe we'll get to know them a little bit better, but I just like at this point, I don't see any chemistry. I don't really know their personalities. Uh, and I guess the bar is set really high because I do feel that Zeta and Timmy are quite open, and I really understand who they are. It seems like so very quickly.
Yeah.
But these people, everybody, I'm just like, do you actually like each other? Like that's your type? Like what is it about? Like I don't see it. I can't figure it out. Help me.
Yeah, I'm trying not to judge anybody but Zeta and Timmy because I do feel like they're not that they're going too fast, but I think that
What they have
that is
is advanced.
significantly advanced.
Yeah.
And so fine. But even the little bit of chemistry that I feel like they had before the recoupling seems to like dissipated. So I don't know what it is. Maybe you know how like two people get together and they're just boring together. That doesn't mean that they're not good together. They're just kind of boring.
Yeah, it's
Just
not
doesn't
not a
work for
good one.
TV.
It's,
But they're
yeah.
just kind of boring together.
I think it's just because they're not air or fire. Well, Maddie's air actually, so maybe Andy's like a Pisces or something,
Mm.
and that might not work very well together. Or some, I don't know. I don't know his sign, anybody's signs really yet. So Courtney and Zeta are walking over to Timmy and Felipe, and then Courtney and Felipe kind of leave them alone. And I just felt it was a really nice moment between them. And I don't know if she said this or if I said it, but I wrote down he's fucking sexy. I don't know if it's him or me, her or me.
I will say, of all the Felipe smoochies and going around, I do feel like him and Courtney have the best chemistry so far of his
The people that he's talking
test
to.
outs.
Yeah,
Test outs.
I do. Well, when I was saying fucking sexy though, I was talking about Timmy. But I think second up for me is Felipe for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'd make out with. He's another Gemini, right? Gemini's are trouble. No, I gotta
Yeah.
stay away from Gemini. So Courtney and Andy are having a conversation. Kind of, they were originally partnered up together, but she's happy that Maddie was here, and she just wants to explore Felipe. And she's kind of getting ready and saying this out loud to the girls after. And Maddie's like, "I'm right here," and I was like, she didn't say anything bad. She kind of was just saying that she was happy that Andy found somebody else because and that he was the beginning of her Love Island experience. And so I thought it was a little bit strange that she was like, "I'm right here," and she didn't say anything bad.
She doesn't care. She dumped him 2 days ago.
At all. So yeah, Courtney is definitely really happy. Sydney cries a little bit. So the Isaiah thing hasn't really settled down. Still don't really know what happened there. We hear the guys talking about their new ship names. So we got Jallery and Team Tamita. I think Team Tamita is better.
Mm-hmm.
Jallery, it works, but I don't
Mhm.
know if I trust Jesse in that couple shipping.
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
Sydney looks so much better without makeup.
Yes. I mean, yes and no. I mean, she definitely looks younger without makeup. Yeah. And so I think that, I don't know, maybe that's why she wears a lot of makeup, so that she appears to be more than
Older.
21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When she gets older, she'll start wearing less makeup. You know what I mean? Because
Probably.
she'll realize that she doesn't need that much. But like, I used to wear a lot of makeup when I was 19 or 21. Love Zeta saying, "Let me get in here." As she gets into the covers, and they're the only couple that has a little bit of a makeout sesh. And their makeout sessions isn't those weird Love Island couple makeouts. Like, I feel like they were genuine. Like, I feel like they both were enjoying them, not just kissing to kiss. So, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
So the next day, who was oh my god. So I need you to tell me if this is what I heard. Because Valerie says he likes to cuddle. And then did she say
She saw
when I
his
dick print? It was a
yes,
dick print, right?
it was his
She did say I saw his dick
dick
print.
print.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if I was like mishearing, and I did rewind it and I listened to it a second time and I was like, I think she says dick print.
She did.
And that's how I know we're on Peacock.
And we're on Peacock. Welcome to Peacock, everybody.
Welcome to Peacock. So he has a nice dick print. So in the morning, they're talking about all the kissing that was happening, and I think it was only with Zeta and Timmy, and they was kind of calling Zeta out, saying like, "Oh, I heard moaning," and she's like, "I wasn't moaning,"
I was like, I wasn't moaning.
But she's like, Timmy though, he kind of moans all the time, which he does because they cut right to Timmy being like,
I love it. I loved it.
It was cute though, and like he is one of those
what
guys.
She
like,
said, and she's like, no, but Timmy does that. And she like replicated it perfectly, and I was like, "Oh, he does!" And then they taped to him, and I was like,
"Oh, yes, he does this little."
I think that's the New York guy in him. Yeah.
Is that a New York thing?
I do it too.
Mm-hmm. I definitely do it as well. So maybe it's an East Coast thing.
Yeah, probably.
So what did I write here? So Timmy, I said, Timmy, a lot of soft touches. I feel great. Yeah. So Timmy, like, even how he talks about her to the guys, he's very soft. He's not like vulgar. He's not like rude, not
like
or disrespectful.
Porn star-y, like, oh, I got some in bed last night. Or
no, he's like soft touches. A couple days
we weren't cuddling, but now we're going at it. Like, he was like you could tell he's really happy. He's like, I feel good. I feel good.
Listen. I'm like, you're so sweet, Timmy. Tim. But then we hear Jesse isn't closing the door on Deb, and it's like, why?
I really don't. I think it needs to be slammed and locked, and that door. I need somebody to explain it. Like, please. First of all, Deb ain't it. She's annoying.
She is annoying.
And then you add on top of that, they keep saying this chemistry. I feel like we're like Tasha and Andrew all over again because I don't see it. And please,
we've been tormented for 2 months. We can't have another fake couple.
No, I can't.
We can't. Oh, God. Jesse and Zeta chat for a minute about his situation, and that's when he's like going on about how he's so attracted to Deb, and I'm just like, it's literally her blonde hair, like literally. And maybe she's a Pisces or something, or like a sign that he goes well with, right? He's Taurus. So maybe she's like a water sign. Like maybe she's a Cancer. Mm-hmm. Cancer and Taurus are really good together. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's also something that he's connecting to. Can't wait to find out all their signs. If you know their signs, people, let me know.
Drop them in the chat.
Please. Deb and Courtney are chatting a little bit, and she sees how happy that Val is. So Deb is like, doesn't want to continue to pursue Jesse because she also doesn't want to hurt Val. But Courtney does make a good point. It's like, well, she did that to you. So it's kind of like, go with what you want to do. Go for what makes you feel good. And so, I mean, that's probably the right advice to take. Yeah. I just don't want this guy to be going back and forth. I don't care about that storyline.
Yeah. So this is my thing. Debbie's got her head stuck on those beautiful biracial babies, and she can't get them out of her head because she's like, oh, there's no other guy I'm interested in. I'm like, all these fine ass men, and you can't think of any other guy to like go after. Like, you literally need to figure somebody else out. Isaiah, maybe, because I personally feel like her and Isaiah are a better match.
I think that was my original
Yes,
matching.
yeah. So I just I don't know. But this
But
is
she,
not long. This is not a long term thing. I do understand. Oh, we got our first triangle. I'm sure they love that in the villa. I'm semi okay with it as long as it's not two black women going after the one black guy in the villa like last season. So okay, go ahead, but I don't really care about it. I don't, especially him straddling the fence. Like I don't
no,
care for
mm-mm.
that.
I don't care for that storyline. I do care for the fact though that Deb recognizes that she always takes a back seat in kind of love and relationships, and
Mm,
so the fact that she's recognized that, I think that that is showing a little bit of growth and maturity. So, but if she had a little bit more, she'd probably realize that Jesse's ate the guy. But you know,
yeah,
so someone is probably going to get hurt, which is true.
right
Maybe Deb
now,
needs to wait and see somebody else because
yeah.
I really think that it's a bad idea to pursue Jesse for her.
I think she's more worried about herself getting dumped
Yeah.
after that text. That she's just like, well, I gotta go full in on Jesse and get him back. Um, Instead of just exploring other people
Mm-hmm.
and taking them.
Exactly. So Jesse and Valerie have a conversation, and he says that he feels the most for her. And I wrote down lies. Are these lies?
I don't.
Because he just said to Zeta, I think it was, that he has an attraction to Deb, and that, like, and he also
He
said the door isn't closed.
he says attraction to Deb, but he doesn't say connection to Deb.
Yeah, he wants to bang her.
Yeah, like there's no like between him and Deb. Oh shit.
Ooh,
Oh, this is a
she one of
problem.
yours. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's a problem actually.
So he could have a vibe with
Both
Deb,
of the that maybe they're not showing it to us then. Damn.
because Taurus and Taurus are they vibe pretty well,
Yeah, they're pretty much vibe. They're like best friends. So
and that's kind of the vibe that they do have a little bit.
yeah,
And oh, and she's another Earth sign. So
yeah.
okay, maybe I'll give him
Okay.
a little bit of credit. Maybe he is in this
Maybe he's
triangle.
seeing something that we don't, because then they must be in a triangle. Then okay, I got it. Thanks, Brandy.
Thanks, Brandy.
Thanks for clearing that up for us.
So Jesse, said that, and I was like, lies. She feels like she trusts him, and she's really, really happy. And she was like, how she talks to him, she's like, I'm really like she seems so sincere, and like as if she wants to be connecting in that moment. He's not really the type of guy for me that's like gets really connected in there, but she, I think, does a good job with expressing herself. So I like Valerie a lot.
I like Valerie. Um, I will say maybe she's probably my second favorite right about now.
Mhm.
I like Courtney too. I know a lot of people don't like Courtney, but
She's a little phony for me, but
yeah, but I also think that she's a game player. After
yeah.
what I saw today,
Oh yeah, she's 100%
she's a
game
game
player.
player.
100%.
I'm actually appreciating it.
She's 100% a game player,
Mhm.
and Serenity, poor girl, is going to get
Done.
she's going to get dumped.
Mhm.
So Nicole says, yesterday Serenity was stressing me out, but today she was better, so I don't want her to leave yet. I don't want her to leave necessarily, but I do not think that the person that was teased to be coming in is going to be for her. And if Courtney's going to be with Felipe now, I think that Isaiah is going to go back to Sydney. Um, Deb
Who's
will
she gonna
probably get
have?
the long haired guy, and there's nobody left for Serenity. It's very typical of Love Island casting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless they make Jesse choose between Valerie and Deb and send one of them home.
Valerie and Deb. Why Valerie and Deb? Oh, Jesse,
Jesse.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, with like shit.
Depends on
That's
order.
a good producer call there.
Yep. Depends on order.
They might do that and be jerks.
Yep.
Wait, so how would that happen though? Because who would pick Serenity?
Unless the white guy that's obviously coming in steals somebody else. So the other guy picks Serenity, and then Jesse has to choose between those two.
Hmm. Interesting.
Hmm.
That would be very interesting. I don't know if we can get it, but that would
It
be a
depends
good.
on order. It'll all depend on order.
So Miss St. Pete don't either, but feel like we barely saw her tonight. We didn't really see Serenity at all. The only time we saw them was men ain't shit sun salutations that she was doing with Deb.
Annoyed
That's
the shit out of me.
why.
Yeah, I just thought it was stupid.
It's because you don't care for either of them.
Exactly.
It wasn't. It was okay. If we really if it was like Cash doing it, you'd be like, ah, it's hilarious. But
Yeah,
like,
I think that's probably. I was like, it was too random too. It's like, why y'all saying that? Like, I don't know.
Jessica agrees with us. Timmy was respectful and didn't do much to impress the boys. Like waste man Billy, Billy is such a waste man. Like I like when I saw like the recap of like what he did, I was just like, you make me sick. Like actually, he was gross.
Oh my god, his family is where he gets it from because they put out this whole statement of, trying to blame Danica and
What?
her personality for
Shut.
why he acted the way he.
Excuse me.
It was like, shut the fuck up. Y'all could have kept that in the drafts.
like unsend. That should have
Yeah,
been like have someone read that over before you send that.
right.
Danita says, I like how Valerie said that Isaiah is emotionally immature. She seems like a straight shooter, and I like that. Absolutely. I do agree that Valerie is emotionally immature and she can recognize that in an Isaiah. And I agree with
Yeah,
her.
unless Isaiah and Sydney break.
You think that she would go for I don't think she would go for him, Valerie.
But he might go for her because it's obviously boy's choice, right?
Oh, right. So I think Maddie will leave Andy as soon as she can.
Mm,
Not as soon as she can, but if
yeah,
somebody comes for her, I could see her
her
having her head
entertainment.
turned right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think the boys will save Serenity over Deb. Some of the boys seem annoyed with Deb. Really? I haven't noticed that
Hmm.
necessarily. I'll keep my
I
eyes
haven't
open.
noticed that either, but I could understand it. Although to me, they're the same level of annoying. But I'm not a boy.
Didn't Serenity and Deb come in together? They have that they were
Mhm.
first bond.
That's why
Yeah,
I
they
said they're
do.
the same level of annoying to me. I think they're trying to make them like the Kaz and Liberty of this season, and not working for me. But I
Yeah.
told you I don't do airhead, and to me, both of them feel like
Yeah.
airheads.
Yeah, I hear you. So Valerie, Sydney, and Andy talk about Isaiah not having emotional maturity. And she was like cutting some fruit up. Was she making Jesse a fruit salad? Was that what was happening?
No,
That's
I think she was making the Villa fruit
oh,
salad.
Villa. I thought it was for
Yeah, yeah,
Jesse, but I
yeah.
think
Because
that
she was like, "Well, who was it? Andy or Isaiah was there picking it." And I'm like, I hope they're sharing that with everybody because you just picking your hands in the damn fruit salad. And then they, who was it? Whoever was next to her was complaining that there was no watermelon to put
she
in.
said that she wished there was watermelon.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I believe. Um, so this was an interesting part. This was the other time when we saw Serenity. So she's sitting talking with Felipe, and he was like, "Oh, I tried to kiss you good night, and you didn't even notice or whatever." Like, and he kind of got annoyed with her for not noticing. What was that about? I thought that
I
was
have
weird.
no idea, but I have no idea. Like, I was a little bit glad that Serenity seems to be getting it now.
She's not sticking it on.
Yeah, because it's easier to take, of her not trying to pursue that man who
Yeah,
doesn't
she's
love her.
definitely said like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I would always accept a kiss from you." And he's like, "Oh, and if like you don't understand something from me because of my like accent and language barrier, like just let me know." And she says to her in her ITMs that they're in a friendship couple. Like
Yeah.
she loves him as a friend. She wants the best for him. They're in a friendship couple. So yes, I agree with you that I'm very happy that she's just not going to keep on grafting here and get pied by Felipe, who
Yeah.
never showed any interest in
Two
her.
more days of that, I would have thrown something.
So Valerie talks to Isaiah and kind of it was a little harsh, I thought. Poor Isaiah. Um,
I'm
but she does
sorry. I loved it. I really loved it. I really loved it. I must be attracted to female Capricorns then, because I was so for that conversation.
I mean, I was fine with the conversation, but I thought that he like she doesn't know him that well to be fully saying all those things. I felt. I'm happy that he didn't get offended
I
because
was gonna
he
say,
could
but
have.
he took it so well, which
Yeah,
is what it was like, whoa, that's a lot. But you know what? I can appreciate that he's sitting here eating this. He
yeah,
was.
he took it. He took it, which was
Yeah.
nice. So Jessica agrees with me. It was weird. It was like, what game are you playing, Felipe? You don't like her. Exactly. Like, Felipe is like, we friends, but I want to cuddle you at night.
I
Like,
think that's pretty much what he was going on. Like, there's no recoupling for at least 2 more days.
he wants to get his cuddle on, his
Yeah.
kissy, smoochy, smoochy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that pisses me off
Rude.
then, because
Rude.
that's like she's only good for you in your bed at night, but like she's not
You
good
ain't
enough for
trying to
you.
build no relationship with her.
Yeah, it's rude. Very rude. That's Felipe. Are you trying to make me not like you? Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think that's also the Gemini thing. But
Gemini, or like not caring or disrespecting a black woman. It comes really easy to a lot of people.
that's true too.
Yeah, that's a booty call. Yep,
Yeah.
Dana, that is a booty call. And I'm glad that she put her foot down and doesn't want to be just a booty call. So,
Yeah. I appreciate it. Even if she gets dumped, I appreciate her putting her foot down.
if she did, anyways, but she didn't. Oh, she didn't entertain the fooling around and getting confused and all that stuff. And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I always said that I wasn't really into you, but like, I like to cuddle, and you said you're okay with that." And it
Yep.
would have been very messy and annoying. So Isaiah, when he's taking this conversation with Valerie so well, he does say he forgets how sensitive people are with the whole Deb situation. Then I see my couple, Zena and Timmy. I'm like, so cute. There's Eileen joke. Ha ha ha.
They
um,
looked so completely cozy in that freaking treehouse. It was like they were the only people in the world. Tarzan and Jane. Oh, it was just I love the vibe that they were given in that treehouse, and I love the treehouse. I'm gonna probably talk about that treehouse all summer. So just keep
talk away, talk
it.
away. It's definitely a nice little moment. It looks great. Um, so yeah, I mean, we've already gushed about them for like the first half an hour. So
Mhm.
I'll move on to
Yeah.
Courtney and Felipe. So
Oh,
she
so
kind of,
what is the treehouse the new terrace?
well, no, because is that where the girls had their morning talk? No.
No, they had it on the day beds with the little
Yeah.
pergola.
So if it's for romantic moments, then maybe, but not for like spying, not for
Oh,
like
yeah.
morning chats, but definitely for maybe the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So Courtney and Felipe are chatting, and she comes over, and she's just like right out there, just saying like, "Oh, I can feel the sexual tension between you and me," and it's just, I mean, I would never lead with that, but okay,
Yeah. She,
uh, okay.
she listen. Andy got away from her. Girl was like, "Game on."
Well, she's like, "Oh, I'm not going home." Sorry, Serenity.
I'm
Don't
finding
pass
my
go.
person. It
Yeah,
might not be Philippe, but we gonna find him.
yeah, yeah. I agree that we love the treehouse over here. Great addition to the show. Definitely looks beautiful. They got a good designer for this
Mm-hmm.
season. Maddie and Andy are chatting, getting to know you. We learned that she has a cat. He doesn't really like cats. She had a dog, but she had it for 24 hours. Then she found him a good home. That's all I really learned about them in that combo. Did you learn anything else?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like just dry.
Dry, dry. And
Sad.
then
They had
we
so
hear
much
it.
potential.
Yeah, maybe it's just early and they're not as
Mhm.
easily open as the other two, our
True.
faves. So we hear a text, and I was like, "Ooh, what's gonna happen here?" And it was just a heat advisory on Deb's phone.
Can you imagine if it was a date? Because that happened last season where they wasted that damn date on Trina and
Oh,
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
That was such like that was too early for a date. It was dumb.
Do we know where they're located this year? I don't remember. Do
California.
you? Okay, they're in now.
They're in yeah, California.
So we see Sydney with Isaiah, and she's crying to him, and I'm just like, don't cry. Please, just hold it in.
Stand
Hold
up,
it in.
Sydney. Stand up,
And then I
please.
thought this was also terrible
Yeah.
that she said, and I understand being open and wanting to be vulnerable, but when she was saying that she was triggered by his actions from a past relationship where he treated her poorly, as
It's
like,
day 3.
don't say this. Don't let them see that you've been a doormat for somebody. Like, it's not appealing. It's just, it
No.
really isn't.
And it
That
builds a bad, bad, bad precedent going forward. It is day 3.
right? Like she didn't have to say anything. She could just like forgive him, just be like, I'm not sure what happened. Like it just hurt my feelings that you were saying these things to me and we don't even really know each other that well. Just say that. Like save the I was in a terrible relationship for when you're dating. Like when he's like into you no matter what. Because it's just some people don't find that attractive, to be honest. And then they start looking for reasons as to why that person did that to you. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just not good.
Yeah,
So
I
she
agree.
should have kept that a little bit quiet. Jessica says, how recent was Courtney's breakup? I'm thinking she hasn't healed from it yet. Courtney, I think Courtney's just kind of fake
She's
and
young and a
playing a
little
game.
fake and playing a game. I think she wants him to
Oh,
be.
sorry, Jessica means Sydney. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Sydney,
Sydney, she's a little young.
she's 21.
She's 21. I'm not sure how long ago that relationship is, but again, just like Danica in the UK version, 21, and however long that relationship was is in your formative years. And then add on top of that, for the last few years, they've
COVID.
been in lockdown
Yeah.
for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever relationship they were in was not a regular relationship, and definitely not Love Island relationship where you've got
On
to
TV, like
learn
all this stuff.
to
Mm-hmm.
get there quickly.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I don't know how long ago it was, but I'm sure it wasn't like 5 years. It was probably within the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. Yeah, but not 100% sure. I don't think she said. Did she say to him or did he say to her, "I'm into you"? I think she said it to him. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I think that knowing that there's a dumping looming, that Isaiah's going to put in some effort with Sydney. And so I think that they will probably stay coupled up because at this point, I don't really see anybody else getting him. Like, do you think Deb and him would be actually work? I don't know.
I have no idea. I think
Yeah.
we're a couple days out, right? So episode tomorrow. So dumping, recoupling for Sunday or Tuesday.
Probably Sun. I don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
their schedule yet.
Yeah.
So they're all getting ready for the night, and we see Courtney talking to Serenity. At one like after they all get ready, and she wants to get to know Felipe, and Serenity gives her the A-OK, which is fine, but
Yeah.
like
It
I
was a
don't think
sweet conversation. I will say that. I do feel like it was a little bit of go ahead, girl, and I do appreciate the conversation. I do.
yeah, it's nice that she was respectful and knows that she's in a couple with him at this moment, and the fact that she's going to be going for him is going to leave her vulnerable, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Serenity's not long for this season at all. So they play a little bit of truth or dare. We see Felipe kissing Courtney in kisses that don't look good to me. I know you think that they have chemistry, and they do a little bit sexual chemistry, but I don't like watching them kiss. It kind of grosses me out. Timmy, though, that was asked, who would you like if you wasn't your partner, if it wasn't Zeta, and he does say Maddie. I think it's the Gemini vibes. They've just like they know each other, a little bit. Zeta had to lick honey off of Isaiah's nipple. That's where we got a little bit of a jealous Timmy. Jesse had to lick whipped cream off the ass of Valerie. And she was kind of twerking while he licked that off. I was
He
like,
slapped that ass too.
I was like, oh,
I was like, all right, peacock. Let's go.
Yes,
It was
peacock.
actually kind of hot.
Yeah, that was hot. The slap was hot.
Yeah.
I just so I don't see that kind of chemistry with Deb.
No.
Right?
I'm saying I didn't see any chemistry with that all episode. I'm talking totality, like of the episode. I'm still not getting it. But it if she's a Taurus and he's a Taurus, there's something there. I just think it's not sexual.
Right.
It's not as sexual. That's it. Not like there might be some sexual chemistry, but it's not as sexual as
And
maybe
it's probably because she's
him and Courtney.
blonde.
I mean, Courtney. Valerie.
So Nicole has some thoughts about this truth or dare game. Thought
Okay.
away.
That's the way.
So, what did you think about Jesse kissing all the women except for Valerie and writing who he likes the best?
No, he kissed Valerie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
I thought it was without her because she seemed to be watching the whole time. So I was like,
But he kissed her.
That's not the move, Jesse, to not say Valerie. And then I think somebody mentioned it earlier today, and then go in for a second kiss after. That's not right.
Fine to not say Valerie. The second kiss was gross.
That wasn't right.
It was absolutely gross.
Yeah.
How is it you licked whipped cream off somebody's ass, slapped the ass? That part wasn't gross, but you kissing somebody was literally the grossest part of this entire game.
It was not the move. That was bad. Definitely was bad. And that's so it's okay. So Valerie was saying like he's like really kissing them, and that's what I was saying too. Like he was going in for long kisses with these people.
He was gonna give you accuracy.
He's really taking notes.
He was like, and even Felipe's like, "Oh, you sure you don't want to go round again and just make sure of your answer?" And it was like, Felipe, you're not helping. You're not helping at all because he went in on those kisses.
So Brandy said Cindy was the MVP because she helped her girl Deb get his attention. Okay. Like she definitely set up that dare.
Mm-hmm.
But Jesse, I think that you might fumble the bag here because I think Valerie's very good at getting a guy. Mm-hmm. And so if she decides to drop you like a hot potato, like she will. Mm-hmm. I want Jesse to end on his God Bless America and not actually pick a best kisser. I thought that that's what's going to happen. He's like, I can't pick with anybody.
That's going to happen too. Like he was doing so well when he was like, God Bless America. And my ass would have sat. Listen, this is the difference between a female Taurus and a male Taurus. My ass would have said, God bless America. I love them all and sit my ass down.
Timmy ain't like that. Zeta and Jesse did. Oh, yeah, he wasn't really happy with that.
It was a good kiss too.
I don't remember exactly what that kiss looked like.
Oh, the one with Serenity wasn't bad either. He like nibbled on her lip. I love a good lip nibble.
Okay, I mean Taurus likes things sensual, like everything exactly. Like touching, feeling, nibbly. Yeah. Definitely a Taurus-y thing.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm gonna watch that back though.
I don't think the first round of kisses I had a problem with. It was literally that Deb kiss at the end. Yeah. So unless it was like them editing it to make it seem like he kissed her again, like I did not appreciate that kiss.
Mm-mm. Jessica thinks that Deb and Jesse are fetishizing each other. I don't like watching it.
They are. That's what I'm saying. I said that earlier. Deb had those biracial babies in her head, and she can't get that up because there's nothing. Everything they're saying is so general. Mm-hmm. We have this connection. We have this connect. It can't be denied that we have this connection. And I'm just like, what is the connection? What is the connection? What do you like about it? What do you like about each other? Because I'm not seeing it. Whereas Valerie's like, you made me feel, you made me feel seen. You made me, when I walked,
feel like we connected, my vibe. Yeah, no.
Unless she's just better at expressing than the other two, but he seemed to be able to express that he felt like their vibe was there. So I don't know.
Well, I feel like with Valerie that she is somebody that you can have a relationship with. Mm-hmm. I feel like Deb is just kind of like a high school relationship with, if that makes sense. So it just seems a little more mature, and maybe that's why he's also gravitated towards Deb, is that he doesn't necessarily have to be a man. he can get away with a lot more with Deb than he could with Valerie, I think. So
Okay.
maybe it's just a, you know, I think we talked about this before, but like when 40-year-old men date 20-year-old women, you're just like, why wouldn't you date someone your own age? And it's
Right.
because they would hold him to a higher standard.
Standard.
And
Yeah.
so maybe he doesn't know if he can be
That
held up to the standard that Valerie.
The 26-year-old, or was it Maddie?
Oh, I think it was Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
She's only 23, actually.
It's only 23. Yeah.
She's pretty mature for 23 so
She
far.
is. I tell you, she's really good at articulating.
Nicole, I haven't been on the app yet this season, so I'm gonna get on the app and go see what's been going down, so we can do a little app watch.
So from the viewers, then, not from him.
Right.
Let me see. I said their kiss wasn't bad. Like I think it was more surprising because there didn't seem to be any chemistry between the two of them initially, and it actually seemed like that kiss was like, like I said, a little more sensual. I rated it.
Blonde hair makes babies. That's not for a successful relationship.
Thank you.
Actually, there's a lot of successful relationships that is the criteria. There's so many blondes with black men and mixed babies. Like, they're all over the place. So I've seen it happen before, but I don't know if it's going to work on this show. So that's pretty much it for this episode. Was there anything else that went on other than my obsession for Timmy and Zita that you wanted to talk about?
And I think that's the issue is Timmy and Zita are like running away with it because these other couples feel just so fake.
Yeah.
I need another couple to be like very genuine. Like,
what do you think about this new guy? Why can't they just show me this new guy? They don't need to tease his abs and his long hair.
Curly blonde hair.
I don't think I'm going to find him attractive.
I don't think so either. Oh my God. I don't think you watched that season of Australia, right?
I watched them all.
I think there was this guy that walked in that looked like he's going to look just like him. And if I find the photo of him from Love Island Australia, the latest
season? The most recent.
The most recent one. I think he was the last guy to come in. I don't remember his name. But
all I remember is Taku.
But
and the girl that he was with that got pissed. She was so pissed.
I think he's gonna look sort of like him. Maybe a little like a UK Charlie.
If you have it on your computer, just share it and so we can see.
Yeah, let me see if I can find him. But I don't personally feel like I'm going to be able to be like, oh my God, like he's so handsome. Season 3.
Nicole says someone on Twitter says he needs to be more Chris Evans and not Chris Pratt. I'm not into any of the Chris's. There's 4 of them, right? So yeah, none of the Chris's I'm into. Chris Hemsworth, no. Chris Pine, no. Chris Pratt, no. You're into Pine?
For me.
It's too pretty.
And the ultimate, Chris Evans. Pine and
Chris Evans I would say would be the best out of all of them, but
yeah. And for me, it's always Evans, Pine. I don't need anybody else. They cover both of my bases.
Oh, wait, let me see what their signs are. Did you find what's his name?
Yeah, I'm trying to find them right now.
Let's see. When's Chris Pratt's birthday? Or no, Pine, you said, not Pratt.
Yeah, Pine. Ugh.
Oh, I guess he's just not my type, but he's okay. Oh, you'd like him more than I would. He is a Virgo. Chris Pine is a Virgo, so that's why I don't care for him. Evans, he looks like he could be something I don't think is sexy.
Oh God!
There you go. It's so obvious. He's freaking Gemini.
I told
I'm like, out of all of them, he's the only one that I like, and it's fucking Gemini. Evans, are you okay? So you like Hemsworth? Okay, and Evans. See, I don't know what Hemsworth is. I'm not into him at all. He's a Leo. Makes me like him a little bit more.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find, because I can't. I think it's because he was like literally the last bombshell, and he was terrible, and they like sent him home. Anyway, so he
Oh,
was
and
the
so was it
last
Love?
bomb.
Let me see if I can find it for you. Love Island,
Mhm,
Australia,
mhm.
season 3. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see the
Hugh.
cast.
It's Hugh Yates. Hugh.
Do you see it? If you see it, just press share.
Here, hold on. Sorry. Hugh
It'll
Yates.
be better on if you just share from your screen, your computer, though. I think
Okay.
because of your backdrop. Oh my god! I just this is the wrong season. That's why. So season 4.
Oh, season three. Season three.
Oh, season 3 though has people that weren't on it. Like Aaron wasn't on it.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's like taking a while to load.
We will find it.
Here we go. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a mullet when he came into, like, he's handsome here, but he came into the villa with like, you see him here.
I seriously do not remember this human being. Oh, wait. Yes, maybe I do. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you think he's gonna look like him?
Yeah, like, just ugh. I was not attracted to him at all.
Oh, there's your. Let me see that one. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's not my vibe at all.
Yeah, it's not my vibe.
It might be one of their vibes. CJ, you're still suffering from damning PTSD.
For what? What did Dammy do to you?
Jammy. Well, thank you everybody here for, indulging on two different versions of Love Island with us today. We much appreciate your commitment to us and to the show. It's very noticed and welcome. So thank you for being
Yeah.
here. Yes, I remember, but I also forgot why. Why did I forget him? I don't remember why I did forget him. Sorry. I still don't fully remember. It's like close, but not really.
Forgettable. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this bombshell's gonna shell. So,
He's gonna the
um,
shell's gonna bomb.
yeah, they
Bomb
they.
as in like
I
fail.
was really hoping they would bring in an Asian guy. I'm really upset.
Well, maybe he's half Asian. We couldn't tell yet.
That's true. I mean, but the blonde was blonded, unless he died.
Blonde can be dyed in.
Yeah, that's true.
If he's mixed, he could have light brown hair, and then he could be dyeing.
Mm, yeah, that's
He
true.
doesn't have like the skin tone I would think for an Asian man, but
Yeah,
here's to hoping.
that was what I noticed first. I was like, yeah, so that's not an Asian guy. He is not olive skin.
Yeah,
So, like,
no.
a waste.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Serenity, that this is probably not going to go well for you, but hopefully you'll put your graft on. And maybe he's going to be a game player and he's going to go for who is single and easy to stay in the villa with. So maybe that's the thing. So you never know.
True.
So we'll have our fingers crossed that she at least gets an opportunity to like be in a couple with somebody.
Yeah.
So we will be back tomorrow, everybody, at 6:15 Eastern to talk about Love Island UK, and then either 10:30 or 11 to watch Love Island or to recap Love Island USA. You will be doing your live streaming tomorrow at 9 p.m.
I will.
Awesome. So make sure you follow Tamika over at Entertainment in Color on all social media platforms. And if you want to be notified when she's going to be going live, make sure you ring that bell.
Yep.
Please do the same thing over here at Reality Realness and like this video. And we want to know, who do you think this new bombshell is going to go for? Do you think he's going to mess up one of these kind of established couples? Do you think he's just going to play it safe? How do you think this bomb is going to shell, or shell is going to bomb, or whatever? What do you think is going to happen? Let us know in the comments and we can continue on with this conversation. Thanks, you guys. You guys are great. Thanks, everybody here in the chat. We will see you all tomorrow. And unless you have something else to say, Tamika.
Oh, I was just saying that Issa Rae's rap shit came out today on HBO Max. Apparently, it crashed HBO Max. So again, TV can move to streaming and still do very well. So
Nice.
if you have watched the episode, I will try to watch the episode this weekend at some point. But I, if you have watched the episode and you want me to cover it, let me
Hmm.
know.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely take a peek at that and see what is going on over there because I still need to keep up to date with scripted television as well, especially people making and creating their own work, especially people of
Absolutely.
color creating and
Absolutely.
making their own work. So I
And that's why
definitely
you
will
have
check that
me.
out. Thank you. We'll see everybody tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Have a great night.
Good
Bye.
night, guys.